Y'all, I am so excited because we have a brand new Artitude Cosmetics collection. This is going to include an eyeshadow palette, 2 highlighters, a makeup mixer, brushes, a makeup bag, and a sponge. But the question will be, is it going to be worth it? Let's find out. Okay guys, so we're gonna start off zoomed in because I'm gonna kind of go through the collection as we play with it. So we're gonna start off with the Metamorph palette right here. Now if you guys have never heard of Artitude Cosmetics, I actually reviewed them when they did the Man-Eater palette, and I have one other palette that'll pop right here that I'm blinking on the name at the moment. Ascension, something like that. I thought it was a beautiful fall palette. This is their 3rd palette that I am playing with, and I have to say the first 2 palettes truly drew me in because the quality, the formula, everything about it was amazing. So I am so excited to dive into this. So this is the Metamorph palette, and it says at first glance, there's nothing about the caterpillar that tells you it's going to transform into a butterfly. Sometimes we have to look deep within ourselves to discover our true potential. Just like the caterpillar itself, sometimes we have to push through the darkness in order to reach the light. Let the butterflies serve as a reminder that it's never too late to transform. 16 gorgeous eyeshadows with 4 unique textures, 9 buttery, easy to blend mattes, 2 gorgeous high definition foils, 3 soft dual chromes with a subtle color shift, 2 metallic multichromes with an intense color shift. So I am so excited to dive into this. Can we talk about the outside packaging first? Like, look at how gorgeous this is. This is stunning. I mean, like, oh my gosh, it's stunning. She actually shows who the brand actually shows the graphic artist and how they came to be and how they came to design this palette. And it's so freaking cool to see the artwork come to life. It is absolutely stunning. But when you open the color store on the inside, I'm not gonna lie, at first I was like, I don't know, because it's not really a color scheme that I really go for, because I haven't done a lot of purple eye looks, but I recently fell in love with the eye look I did with Unearthly, so I wanted to give another purple eye look a go, because I saw this and then I swatched the shades and I was like, okay, we are gonna do it. So I'm gonna do 2 different eye looks today. They also are launching 2 pressed highlighters. Now I absolutely loved the pressed highlighters that I had from my previous collection. Oh my god, they were freaking stunning. And they're also expanding. So for the first time, they are rolling out with a makeup bag. This is what you're going to see right here, this big old makeup bag. It's also going to come with a sponge. It does come with a makeup mixing liquid. So I believe you could actually use this to mix into, like, allow the foil shades or dual chrome shades to really have an extra pigment. It's really kind of nice to have these. And then we have a whole brush set right here. So I'll make sure that I list all the price points from this collection down below for you guys, as well as the launch date. It's going to be launching on July 31st at 6 p.m. BST, which will be 1 p.m. EST because they're 5 hours ahead. And you guys can use code Allie to save you guys 10% off this entire collection or anything at Artitude Cosmetics. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and dive right in because I want to do 2 different eye looks. I want to do a purple eye look and I want to do a blue eye look. Looks I typically don't do that often, but I really think I should because I really have been enjoying how they look on me. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Okay, to start off, I'm gonna take this, oh, there's not a number on that. That's kind of a shame. I'm gonna take this brush right here to go into the shade called Emperor, which is gonna be this beautiful deep purple shade right here. It kind of sucks I don't see a label, like a number on the brush, so I don't know what brush this is. I do apologize, but you know what? We're gonna make this work. Okay, y'all, let me tell you this because I am so mad at myself. So I decided to be an overachiever this past week. So I decided to film 3 videos in one day and I was so excited. Okay, I filmed 3 videos yesterday. I bragged about it to my husband and I was like, oh, who is she doing 3 videos in one? So excited about it. And then I was like, okay, let me sit down to film this video. So I decided to do what any normal person does. Let me delete my old footage from my camera so that I can film with a new one so it doesn't take up all the space on my memory card. As I hit the last, like literally the last delete button, I'm not joking when I say this, I realized, oh my god, I just deleted my video. I just deleted my video that I had not even that I haven't even put into the computer yet. I deleted it. And I was like, you have got to be kidding. Like, you have got to be kidding. I deleted it. And I started freaking out because I've never done that before. I've always been really good about, like, I don't know, not deleting my stuff. I'm going to go into this little fluffy brush right here. And I deleted the whole thing and I almost started crying. So I was like, I cannot believe I did that. So I was like, there has to be a way to recover it. There has to be a way. So I went onto YouTube and I started finding all these different programs to like sign up for and to recover. And I tried recovering the footage, and one, I paid for it. One of the programs I paid for, which turned out couldn't even do shit. Like, I couldn't even do shit. So I'm actually actively trying to get a refund on it because I only used it for an hour. And I uninstalled it and said this didn't do anything, did not deliver the service that I promised that it would. So freaking disappointed in that. So I'm trying to get that to give me a refund. But then I tried another free program that I saw online because, like I said, I've been doing a lot of research on YouTube. And I was able to see the files, but they honestly said there was excellent recovery. It wasn't. It didn't recover. So unfortunately, my video is just gone. There's really nothing I can do. I could refilm it. My husband said don't even bother because I could put you like, you got so upset. I'm going to go into Shade Cut Spring right here to continue to blend that out. He's like, you got so upset. Don't bother just trying to recover the footage. It's gone at this point. But I'm so sad. So like, what should I do? Y'all, should I just refilm this? Or should I just say screw it? It was just going to be a PR/makeup haul video. That's all it was. But I had already broken down all the boxes. And they're sitting in my trash bag over here. I haven't thrown it away, but I've broken down all the boxes. So what do you think? What do you guys think I should do? Please let me know in the comments because I am so upset. I don't know what to do. Oh my God. This is how I felt. Oh my God.
Oh my God, I don't know what to do.
I'm gonna take this shade right here called Flutter. I feel like that'd be really pretty as well to like add that to the mix. These are blending so freaking nice. Like, what the heck? These are so pretty. Now this is a really pretty like light periwinkle shade. Figure just add like a little bit of extra oomph to this. Okay, so now we're gonna take that same purple shade and we're gonna tap it into the outer corner because I wanna start using some of these like multichromes and duochromes. So we're gonna take this, we're gonna tap this in. I will say these brushes are incredibly soft, truly incredibly soft. And they're laying down that pigment. You know, it's so nice. There's like not any fallout with this, which is really, really, really nice. I'm gonna softly blend this out just a little bit. Okay, then we're gonna take the shade called Coral. I don't know if I'm saying that right. It's a beautiful multichrome. I'll put a mirror right next to it so you guys can see. You guys see that multichrome shift? See how pretty that is? So freaking pretty. We're gonna take this. We're gonna start to lay this right here. Usually when it comes to like duochromes and multichromes, I've noticed with playing with them, they tend to kind of take on the shadow that you put it next to. Like you put it next to it. Like I feel like it kind of like transforms itself. Like even like I put like right here, you'll be able to start to see that you can see like a little bit of green right here. I'll get a better mirror, but I feel like it really starts to take on the shade right next to it. It is so pretty, and these are laying down so freaking nice. Do you see that? Okay, then we're gonna take this gorgeous shade right here called Pollen. It's like a rosy, like gold pink. It is so freaking pretty. We're gonna try to place this right next to that. Oh my gosh, do you guys see how gorgeous that color is? And then I'm gonna take the shade called Nectar. We're gonna go in the shade called Nectar right next to that. We're gonna trust the process, guys. Trust the process. Okay, I think this is really pretty. Now we're gonna do the next side. I did kind of clean it up a little bit. So we're gonna go in with my Sigma base right here. Okay, so now we're gonna go into the shade called Peacock right here, and we're gonna go and do kind of like the exact same steps, but now we're gonna do like a blue icy white shade, and I think we're gonna use some greens on the bottom. I'm gonna try to utilize as much of this palette as I can. So we're gonna go right into our transition. I really have to say these brushes are really nice. They're super soft. They have density when you need them, but they're laying down pigment like super nicely. Like I really love how small and flat this is. I think this is probably for your lips, honestly, but you know what? We're gonna use it for the eye because it's working out perfectly. So if you have like hooded eyes, I think this would be a really great brush just to get right here where your eye folds in and meets that bone. I think it's gonna go right in here perfectly. I just wish I had the brush name for you. Unfortunately, I do not. Just know that's like a flat lined angle brush is what it's looking like. But I don't know if they're gonna sell the brushes individually. I think they might. But either way, this is super, super nice. Okay, then we're gonna go into the shade called Flight right next to that because this is stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. And then I'm gonna take a shade called Dew right here, and we're gonna add that to the mix as well because like I said, I'm gonna utilize as much of this palette as I can. So we're gonna start to add this shade right up here. Oh, you know what, let me take a different brush. We're gonna trust the process. It's gonna be messy, but we're gonna add that same blue shade right here. I did notice with this shade, it is a little patchy, but that is okay. We'll get it to try to work as best as we can, but I have noticed it being just a tad patchy. I'm gonna go into the shade right here called Butterfly. This is a beautiful, beautiful like duochrome as well. Do you see that? Like, oh my God, look at how gorgeous that is. We're blending in just a minute because I'm going to go into the shade right here called Cocoon. This is going to be like a beautiful, hello, foil shade right here. Oh my God, this shade is freaking stunning. So stunning. We're going to start to push this right. What did I get on my, oh, that's my finger. We're starting to put the shade right here. Because it does go between like a purple and ice blue, like a lavender, like an icy blue and a, like an icy purple, like icy pink. It kind of mixes the two together. The only thing you can see for sure is just the mix of like the two different formulas kind of coming together. So really pretty. And then I'm gonna take this shade right here called Renew. This is gonna be another like foiled shade. So pretty. It's like an icy green, and we're gonna put that right here. Oh my gosh, yeah, that is so pretty. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean this eye up. I am gonna take this shade right here called Hybrid, and we're gonna use this to line my upper waterline so I can mix it with my false lashes. We're gonna come back to do the highlighter and the under eye together, and that's gonna pretty much wrap up my review of the Arttitude Cosmetics Metamorph collection. Alrighty, so now that the makeup is on, I will say I'm not the biggest fan of face brushes, but to be fair, I don't really use a lot of face brushes besides just applying the like setting powder all over the face or like my bronzer and blush. I don't really use it for much else. I'm not gonna get a lot of use out of these brushes. The two that I did use, I just kind of use this as a powder brush, and I use this as like a bronzer blush brush, and I did like it for the blush. Bronzer, I did not. I believe one of these, it could be for like under eye or like highlighter, I would assume. They're super soft. There's so many different brushes to choose from. Like, it's a little overwhelming, the amount of brushes to choose from, not gonna lie. So I'm not really sure which one I'd want to use for like a highlighter, but we're gonna finish off the under eye because like there's so many different brushes to choose from. Like, wow. They gave you great variety. Okay. So for this eye, I'm actually gonna go into this shade right here. So it actually says on here that this shade, unfortunately, had an issue. So it says, unfortunately, my supplier was off sick during the development of Metamorph for several months. Due to miscommunication in her absence, one of the shades in the final palette's Hybrid is less than perfect. Pigmentation is patchy, the color is off, and I wasn't in love with it. I could have just sold it as it is without mentioning this, and one patchy shade amongst 15 among highly pigmented shades would have probably gone unnoticed, but this goes against my ethos and morals as a brand owner. Patchy shade is less than the standards of perfection you can expect from my palettes, and I couldn't bring myself to sell it as it was with one poorly formulated shade. I had this shade reformulated and had sent out to you as an extra single free of charge so you can enjoy the shade as it was supposed to be. So I'm pretty sure this is probably in replacement of Peacock, which is what I said to you guys, that this shade is actually pretty patchy compared to all the other shades. This shade Peacock is kind of patchy. So I'm assuming that is actually what she's referring to. So we're going to use this today to blend underneath our eye. I'm going to actually use it on this side because it is like a dark blue. So we're going to go in with this. So I'm going to take that and take a soft little blending brush, and we're going to place this right under the lid right here. Ooh, that is pretty. I'm going to start to just blend this out. I went in with a softer brush because I could tell this shade was pigmented. Yeah, look at that. So I wanted to be just a little bit softer. So we're going to lay this right here. Very beautiful shade. And then I'm going to go back into this palette one more time. I'm going to take a mix between Flight and Flutter to blend underneath the blue eye. So we're going to kind of mix the two together to create a really beautiful, beautiful eye look. Then for this eye, I want to take the shade, what have I not used? We'll take the shade called, we'll just go back into the shade. We're gonna go back into Emperor, but we're gonna go Spring and then Monarch. is what we're going to use because we haven't used the shade Monarch. I think I've used every other shade besides Mauve. We're going to do that. So freaking pretty. I think for liner, I think I'm just going to use a white liner for both because I feel like white will complement both. I could do black, but I feel like white would just complement both shades very, very nicely. Okay, so for highlight, we have two different highlighters right here. So the first shade we have is going to be called Floatation, and it is going to look like so. I'll put a quick little image in of both shades, but it's going to be a really beautiful like icy blue highlighter, which I'll put right here. But again, I'll have a quick little zoom in so you guys can see what it looks like swatched on the arm. But this is the shade called Flutter. So freaking beautiful, right? Then I do have the shade called Cohesion, but mine actually came in pretty shattered, so it's like everywhere. It's very, very messy to deal with, but you know what, I'm trying to push it back in as best as I can. Unfortunately, things like this happen, but it is super pretty nonetheless. Like, it looks like so let me swatch this for you right here. Like, this one is so wet, like stunning, stunning, stunning. So we're still gonna play with both, even though like one's a little bit shattered. We're still gonna play with both because like, why not? So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use my own brush for this. I'm gonna dig into the shade called Cohesion, and we're gonna actually put it on this side of the face. Wow, do we see that? Do you see how wet that looks? That is so freaking stunning. I'm also gonna take that shade and we're gonna put that in the brow bone as well. I'm trying to be so delicate because it is really, really flaking in the pan. Like, it is moving so much. I'm trying to press it back down as best I can. All right, then we're gonna go into the shade called Floatation right here. Look at that like icy blue. That is so pretty. Do you guys see that? Okay guys, let me go ahead and throw on my lip, and I'm gonna come back to give you guys my final thoughts on the Artitude Cosmetics Metamorph collection. Okay guys, so this is the final look. If you hear the dogs barking, it is my neighbors because I'm filming this at 9 at night, okay? It's been a long day. I'll tell you guys all about it in a chit chat, get ready with me coming up. But this is the final look right here. I have to say, I think both looks are absolutely beautiful. I really couldn't pick a side. Maybe I can. I think I'm personally drawn more to the blue side just because it like shimmers, just because it shines so much more, and like literally when the light hits it, it just looks so wet. It looks so beautiful, but I really also love the purple side right here. So I'm gonna do a quick little rundown on the collection. So first off, we do have the Metamorph palette right here. The palette, like the physical palette, is absolutely stunning, but it's the color story on the inside that truly sells me. But it's the color in the story on the inside that just truly sells me. Like, the mattes are so pigmented, they blend very easily. The only shade I had trouble with was the shade called Peacock, but I believe this is the shade that she was not satisfied with, so she sent a single to go with it. I believe this is the shade that's supposed to go right here, which I think is really cool that she did that, because I did say that this definitely was patchy, but other than that, the mattes perform beautifully. The foils and the dual chromes are gorgeous. Yes, some of the foils do flake just a little bit. They can get placed, they can't get everywhere. It's beautiful. Like, it's beautiful. I love both eye looks I create. This is definitely more of a colorful palette, so if you are a neutral lover, I can understand why this one would intimidate you. But there are some neutral shades in here as well. You do have a brown shade that you can work with. You do brown, gold, a little bit of black, a little bit of white, and you could add some pops in color. They're very light. Like, some of the light pastel shades in here are really easy to work with, so don't be too intimidating. Don't be too intimidated, because I'm telling you, it is gorgeous. And the formula, oh my god, I say this every time. I say this every time I play with this brand, that the formula of this palette is just truly wowing. I am just blown away. This is definitely a must if you want to pick anything up from this collection. Next, we do the two highlighters. It does suck that one highlighter did come in shattered, but the highlighters itself, I mean, it looks like it's wet on the skin. Do you see the way it just shines? It is beautiful. It definitely has a multi-chrome shift to it. Love both sides. Like, this one definitely more has a glow from within, and this one's definitely more like wet, but both are beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I love the highlighters. Artitude Cosmetics, I said that before in my previous video. I think these are absolutely fantastic. Even though one is broken, I can definitely fix it. These are definitely a yes for me. Then we do the makeup sponge. I will say I'm incredibly impressed with how soft this makeup sponge is. I mean, it is very bouncy, very, very soft. The only thing that I don't like about this makeup sponge is just how big it is. It's just huge. Like, here's a little demonstration of me using this sponge. I think it's like really soft. It's really easy to put on the product, but do you see how big it is compared to my face when you get it wet? That's something I don't like because it makes it a little bit more difficult when applying a liquid product on my face, especially when I try to blend out my concealer. I had to really kind of fold this in to try to get into the nook and cranny, and I don't like that. I kind of prefer more of a smaller sponge, but that is just my opinion. I know people out there do love bigger sponges. If you do, this will be for you because it's super, super soft, very squishy, very easy to work with, but it's also a bit too big for my taste. Then we do have the brushes. Now, I didn't play too much with the face brushes because I'm just not really a face brush gal. Like, obviously I use them for, like, you know, my blush and my highlighter and my bronzer, but I don't use it for liquids. I really couldn't attest to that, but these are super, super soft. They definitely are very easy to work with. I think the thing that I'm kind of drawn more to is their eye brushes. Their eye brushes are really, really nice. Like, these pack on the shade, they blend out the shade, and they're so easy to work with, and I love how soft they are. Some are more dense than others, which you definitely need it for packing on shadow, but then some are super, super fluffy, making it so easy to blend out. I really do enjoy their eye brushes. I would definitely be using these again. The only thing that I don't like is I don't like how there's not a number indicating what brush is what. So like if they were to sell these individually, I couldn't tell you what brush to get because they're not numbered, and I don't like that. I wish I kind of knew what number they were, but you know what, maybe it's something they could do in the future. I don't know, but I will say they worked beautifully. And then lastly, we do have this makeup bag right here. I think it's a really cute makeup bag. I think you could definitely fit this whole collection in this makeup bag. I mean, you can because it came in this makeup bag, but I think it's super cute, really cute. Definitely fits the vibe of this collection. So overall, I am thoroughly impressed by this collection. I think as of now, I think this is my favorite. I almost dropped this, my favorite palette from Artitude Cosmetics. I think this, like, just the packaging alone, like, holy shit, that is gorgeous. Oh my god. Bestie, are we kind of matching? Speaking of besties, I didn't say hi to my most beautiful besties in the world. I'm so sorry I didn't say hi to you, gorgeous. Oh god, it's been a long day. I'm so sorry. I love you. I'm so sorry, but you are freaking stunning. But I think we're kind of twinning. She's gorgeous, and I think she's trying to steal my look, but we're just talk about that off camera. No, but honestly, Arttitude Cosmetics, you guys did a fantastic job. This collection is going to be live tomorrow, July 31st at 6 p.m. BST. That should be 1 p.m. EST. I'll have all the details about this launch down below, and you guys can, and as always, you guys can use code Allie, which will help save you guys 10% off this collection. But dang, I feel like this is the perfect collection to wrap up the summer season. So with that said, that is it for today's video. Let me know whether or not I should redo that video. I kind of want to. I think I will, because I kind of make fun of myself. You'll see why later. But with that said, guys, that is it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already, so I do post 3 to 4 videos every single week. Make sure you guys head over to my other channel, to R for the Life. You guys get to see my cool, wonderful adventures with my amazing husband Corey. And as always, the biggest thank you goes to these beautiful, wonderful paid members you guys see right here. Thank you guys so much for everything. And to my subscribers and viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. Whether you guys like this video, you guys thumb down this video, you guys subscribed, you guys did not subscribe, either way, thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that said, I love you, and I'll see you guys in my very next video. Bye! Y'all, I am so excited because we have a brand new Y'all, I am so excited because we have a brand nude art. Y'all, I am so excited because we have a brand nude. It is currently, as well as launch date. I'll make sure to list everything about the. I'll make sure to list everything. I'll make sure to list all the price points about this collection down below. A patchy shade is far, but anyway, let me know if I should redo that video because I kind of make fun of myself.